Hello and welcome to episode 17 of Weekly Fixing. Let's get right into it. This week, 6.0 ended and 6.1 started. You might have noticed that at no point during the 6.0 episodes of the series did I mention doing the new Not Cry Archon quest for the extra rewards. That's because, as a good procrastinator, I waited until the very last minute and completed all of it on Monday. So, what did I think about the quest? Honestly, pretty cool. Bringing one of the Sinners of Khaenri'ah really feels like they are trying to up the stakes with the story, which I appreciate. I also do enjoy that it feels like they've integrated story quests for Loma and Flint into the Archon quest, as I always found it a chore to do story quests, and haven't even done most of them. To be clear, I know some of them are good, but I think I might have gotten turned off by the Wet Socks quest back in 2.0. Anyway, to go back on topic of 6.0 Archon quest, the story was fine, but obviously incomplete. And for the first time in a while, I was actually kinda left wanting for more. I had hoped to see Varka and more of Columbina, but they can't show everything they have for us in the first batch of the year. Anyway, Wednesday came, and I had a small problem. My SSD is too small for Genshin plus my system now, so I had to put Genshin back on the hard drive. I'll try to upgrade my computer soon enough, but if the video feels like they're stuttering, that's not on your part, sorry about that. Now, let's get on to the main topic of the video. Do you remember all I was saying about trying to limit how many characters I'd pull for, and trying to be selective about them? Yeah, well, as you can see, it didn't last long. I know I don't have Loma. I know how important she is to making Nefer strong. But after playing her trial, I couldn't keep myself from pulling. So yeah, I've got a Nefer now, which means if next patch Escofia comes around, I'm probably gonna miss her. Now fortunately, it's not like I spent that many Primogems trying to get Nefer. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, so it turns out that I also did pull for her weapon, but lost to Furna's weapon in the process. Now, unfortunately, I actually can't really use her right now, as I don't really have either her or Aino build, whom Nefer relies on quite heavily, especially since I don't have Loma. As you can imagine, I've diverted most of my resin away from Golden Troop, and into ascending Nefer and her weapon. The pulling has done quite a bit of damage on my savings, so let's get to the recap. This week, I earned a total of 3,672 Primogems, the usual 630 from Welkin, and 420 from commissions, 760 from events, 720 from the maintenance, 600 from Spiral Abyss 9 to 11, I haven't tried 12 yet, but I will soon, 482 from main quest, 75 from achievements, 20 from the battle pass, and 5 from exploration. More importantly, I have spent 10,400 on the character banner and 22,720 on the weapon banner, for a total spent of 33,120 Primogems. Now, you might recall that last episode, I did not have anywhere close to this amount of Primogem left. So, what happened? Well, over the years, before anniversaries, I have accumulated Genesis Crystals from the double top-up bonus. So, that's where the Primogems came from. After my shopping spree, this leaves me with a grand total of 512 Primogems. Needless to say, I will need to stop slacking on exploration again. I need to get my Primogem count back up fast, and the only way to do that is exploration. I think next week I'll complete the new Archon quest, while pacing myself a little more. My goal for the end of 6.1 is to be completely caught up on Archon quest. This means that I am giving myself 6 weeks to complete the remaining story in Notcry, as well as the last quest in Natlan, and all of Fontaine's quests. Let's get on with the resin recap. I'm going to start with what I haven't spent. Monday, after doing all of the Archon quests in Notcry, I was exhausted and didn't spend resin. I also haven't used my Transcend, as I am saving it for Stygian Onslaught next week to farm artifacts for Nefer. For what I have spent, I used 400 on Golden Troop while we're still in 6.0. Then I spent 560 on Nefer Ascension materials and 120 on Nefer weapon materials. My plan next week is to finish gathering Nefer's Ascension and weapon materials, then get Talon materials until Wednesday when Stygian comes out. After that, I will go all in on the new artifact sets to try to get Aino and Nefer a solid build. It's worth mentioning too that between getting Yelan, her weapon and her talents leveled, as well as building Fischl, and now going into building Nefer, my Mora supply is drying out, and my comfortable 3+ million is now only 337,000 left. Unfortunately for me, I will also need to level and ascend Aino. Still, as soon as Stygian is over, I'll be back to hitting my Mora ley lines daily. That's going to be it for today. If you like the series, be sure to subscribe to not miss next episode.